Hello everybody, I am Serta and welcome back to Eden Crafters. We are on Terra and we're advancing our way towards getting all the high-end stuff automated. So if I want to build gem cutters, I'm going to need saw blades. So that'll be one of the first things that we need. We also need fast rotors. Let's see what we need for fast rotors. We need a place where we've got iron, osmium, gold and graphite together. And then for the saw blades, we just need osmium alloy, which means that we need gold and osmium together. So those seem like they could be linked in some way. In addition to that, I would like to also start with reinforced frames so that we can get a little bit closer to getting trains set up easily enough. And that will need carbon fiber and iron beams. So basically graphene and iron close together. I'm not sure how much of that we'll get through in this episode, but that is the goal. For the production side, on the other side, we need to unlock researchers. So we will be going into the coldest areas. We'll be putting down reinforced compartments and data center units. And that will unlock some stuff for us, including a climate regulator. I think I have most of the stuff that I need to build climate regulators, so that will be cool. Anyway, there is a lot to do, so let's get stuck in. Before the sun comes up, let us make a plan because I have a location on the map that I've been looking at, and that is down on the big island over here where there's osmium and gold together, but iron is pretty far away from that over there. Alternatively, there's iron and osmium down here, but there's no gold. So that poses a problem for the osmium alloy. So we could either transport things a long way or maybe try and find another location for building them. There's also an iron node up here, which is still far away, but it's closer, and that could help us get the reinforced frames. Yeah, we're going to have a look at that. But I'd like to have a look at some other options, like if we go to the map, we have a couple of cold areas. Now we need to go and set up in the coldest area, and we've been there. That is where we spawned at the beginning of the game, I believe, because we put up a couple of wind turbines, and that's where they're showing. So what I might do is head down there. This seems to be normal temperature. Let's just make sure of that in the planet analyzer. Oh no, that's not. That is the irradiated area. Alright, so I think maybe we go into that spot right over there where our wind turbines are. And I have antenna right there, so I've got some with me. And somehow I found 5 warming units. I didn't make those. I don't know where they came from, but I appreciate them. I don't need all of them. I only need 2. And since I'm going to work in a cold area, I'm going to put 2... Wait a minute. I thought I had 5. That's weird. It says 5. All right. Do they stack in here? Hold on. That's odd. Am I looking at the wrong thing? Well, look, I mean, I could just build a warming unit. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That's pretty strange. It says I have 5, but when I put it in, it seems to be only 1. And they're not supposed to stack. I have no idea what that's all about, but yeah, we have potentially now 6. Anyway, sun is coming up. Let's head over to that very cold area and go and set up those living units and data centers. The ship is fully charged and we are heading southwest. Here is the island. There is a large tower that I don't believe I saw before, and we picked up a bit of radiation going past that spot. Let's see if we can find that location. Although we could just stop in at this tower very quickly, see if there's any... Well, I can fly by. It doesn't look like there's anything stashed here. Oh, wait, there is. And just park on the roof, I think. Yeah, and we're not having a problem with the temperature. I have my jetpack so I can get back up. And we have a written note. It's Anatolium. First tower operational. 247 meters of atmospheric filter arrays. The design works in simulation, and early readings are promising. 1 tower down, 3 to go. Time is not on my side. So it's an atmospheric filter array. Not sure what that means. We have some boxes in here, so let's see what they've got. Well, I'm making thermal regulators. I'm making all of this. I don't need it. I don't need any of that. I can take the food. Saw blades I'm not making. Sensor arrays I'm not making. The rest I don't need. Those are just beds, and then a couple of containers over here. Nuclear reactors I'll definitely take. We'll take diamond and the food. And then in this container, energy crystals. Definitely. I've got a nice collection of those now. And it looks like that is about it for this area. Let's see where we are on the map. So we got to head northwest to get to that location. Alright, so we came down through this area, I think. Or somewhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. Alright, so just northwest of where we are. And this is the spot that we started in. And this is where I will put up those containers. So, reinforced. We'll do one... I'm just going to do them one behind the other. Just like that. and then we can pop the data centers onto them. I'll just start with one on the back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. We've unlocked the ability to see large ruby deposits. And we've unlocked the climate regulator. Let's have a look at that. That's this one. And the only thing that we're not making are sensor arrays. Okay, so those have become important. We don't need a heck of a lot of them, I don't think. But maybe it's a good idea to automate them anyway. So I imagine our next unlock will unlock the amethyst deposits. We'd need to build a climate regulator and lower the temperature across at least, lower the temperature across at least 5 square kilometers. Interesting. You know what I might do? We're not going to get much production. We'll probably only get 650 megawatts out of this in this location. As you can see, it ranges from 650 to 1200 megawatts. And the hotter it is, the better your production. So I'm assuming that base production is 650 even in the coldest area. I'm almost tempted to build a climate regulator here. But first, let's pop outside. We do have some power here, so I'll put down a radar. I have everything for that. And see if we can spot what we have unlocked in this area, or what we can see. There's cobalt, sulfur. It's a bit difficult to see because of how bright it is. Yeah, nothing terribly useful over here. Yeah, we'll put another one down in this area. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to put down an assembly bench. There it is. And then I'm going to make... we need 40 sensor arrays. I'm going to need 120 antenna. One moment, please. And that is the last sensor array. It took a little while. Okay, so just to look back again, this regulates the temperature. The objective tells us to lower in a hot region. Okay, so we're not going to build it here, obviously. That is not the goal. Huh, weather's cleared up a little bit. So let me just head a little bit further up this valley, and I'm going to go make sure I'm going in the right direction. I'm going to head through here, and I'm going to put another radar up somewhere. If we have a look at the map, maybe a little bit further over this way. I will land over here. These ships are dodgy. Anyway, looks like we have quartz on the ground. I'm going to put down a power pole and an analysis radar. Have a look at the map. Okay, so not a crazy amount. Let's scan and see what rocks are around. Basalt. Just basalt. Okay, well, not a very exciting place. Oh, we've been to the coldest area. Oh, and I need to eat. So let's top up. All sorted. And I was heading in completely the wrong direction. We are heading north. And that'll take us close to this zone. So our Geiger counter will start ticking a little bit. Someone did mention in the comments that the music in the last episode was a little bit too loud or something happened. Yeah, there it is. I see that there's something down here, so I assume this is probably like uranium or something. But we can't go there yet. So we'll head over to the other cold island. And this is the place. Looks pretty desolate. Let's put up a radar over here. So, where are we on the map? We're about here. This is probably not the best place for the radar. We have diamond, but we'll do the radar anyway. And let's have a look at the map and see what we've got. So we have cobalt, yeah, all the basic stuff. Copper, a bit of copper, some iron over there. We've got some quartz up on that side. That is not really that interesting. So, on we go. And there's a tower on top of that mountain as well. I think he put down more than 3. Well, Anatoly. Oh, there's a place down in the valley over here. Oh, let's use that. And this place had... I see what could be amethyst in there. So I'm just going to just get a little closer to the door. There's a T2 miner. We normally get good stuff out of those, so I'll break that one down. Large solar panels. I'm not going to worry about them too much. Lots of amethyst ore lying on the ground. Let's put down a radar and a wind turbine. Have a look at the map. Yep, no osmium around here. Pretty interesting. See if there are any other rocks. Oh, there's graphene in this area. Cool. If we have a look at the map. Hey, look, graphene and iron close together. I think we might have just found our location. There's more iron over there. This for the frames. This might be a good spot. There's iron over there, and there's graphene around here as well. Super. I think we're going to build here. We have gem cutters. Gem cutter ruins. Those will bring in some good items. Oh yeah. Very nice. Another T2 mine, and that is on a sapphire deposit. Nice. And we have... oh, we're going to do some more stuff here. So we have an amethyst deposit here as well. Let me just remind myself what amethyst needs. Copper. I think I saw copper outside. Did I see copper outside? I did, right there. This is nice. Let's have a look in the rooms, see if we can find some stuff and some story. Okay, nothing in here. There's a locker. Oh, yes. Yeah, some nice things there. We have a nice collection of nuclear reactors now. And the written note. It's Anatolia again. My models predict atmospheric purification in 48.4 years if no new contamination occurs. Even if one tower fails, it resets. I must build redundancy. The wind will carry the cure. Okay, so he's done a fair bit of work for us. I'll take the controllers. I don't need anything else. I'm making all of those things. I'll take the reinforced frames and the food. Perfect. And we have an advanced assembler in here. Now, I could build in here, but it's a bit tight. And where's the output port going? I have no idea. Yeah, let's just take it down. And I am full, but there's things that I want. Yeah, I'll take those, and it's another jetpack. There's a jetpack in there. We're going to be working in this area for now. There's the graphite, and there's more graphite over there. We have iron over here, and we can go a little bit bigger now because we have access to the materials that we need for the advanced miner, so we can make more. How far are we from the water? Oh, we're very close. Well, that's the first thing that I'm going to do then. I'm trying to remember what I need the amethyst ore for. I mean, the amethyst alloy. It's actually for this advanced panel, so we can do the super fast belts. Right, let's get some water cleaned. This water purifier can go out there. That will clear all of this out. I think this will be where we do the reinforced frames. And if I use a T2 miner, it should be enough. Because if we mine iron ore with a T2, we're getting 360 per minute. Now, our fastest belt that we currently have access to carries 240 because we don't have the advanced panels yet. Man, that's expensive. But yeah, we can still transport 240. I need to rush to get some oxygen. Why am I walking when I have a jetpack? So while I'm topping up my oxygen, we're going to be we'll be able to access 240 of the 360 that we could be getting on the iron ore. And that would be enough for 120 per minute iron ingots. So it's only two. So for it to run perfectly, it's only 2 forges. All right, well, let's do that. So we'll grab the tier 2 miner and we'll pop it down. Why is it hovering? Oh, is it because of all this stuff over here? Again? Yeah, there we go. So we'll put that over there. Pull out my drone, grab a splitter, put that over there. 2 forges, there and there. And then I'm going to put normal belts in and I'll just upgrade them. Now the thing with the upgrades is you can't upgrade the miners. You have to actually break them down and rebuild them. The belts you can just upgrade by looking at them. So right now these are going to be doing 120 and we'll get to sorting that out. Then I'll need to merge these and belt them into that. Actually, why am I merging them? That's wrong. Because now these 60 per minute will be able to go into their own parts producers like that. One will make rods and the other one will make plates, and those recipes are 2 ingots. Oh, we only need 1 ingot to make the iron rods, but we need 2 ingots to make the plates, and they do make quite a lot. So I wouldn't be causing too much of a problem. It'll be somewhat imbalanced. But then we need an assembly machine. Put that in over here, and we can belt those in. Get these belted in, and now I can start upgrading belts. So I'm going to go for conveyor 3 all over, just because I can. Right, so that should be good. And oh, we don't have much power here. That's the problem. And I'm going to have a fair bit around here, so I may as well do something cool. So I'll grab a bit of oxygen before I do that. But we're going to build a geothermal plant, and we're probably going to get the bare minimum out of it. I'll put it over in this direction somewhere kind of out of the way. Yeah, this is fine. Make sure I'm not going to be destroying any important nodes around here. No, I'm not. That's good. Super. We can head back. And once that is built, we should be getting a good production out of this lot. And then we can start working on the graphite. So basically, we just need to turn the graphite into carbon fiber. We already have this assembly machine doing the beams. Now we do. So I'm going to put an advanced miner onto this, rotate it into position, and pop it over there. Now I'm only going to be able to have 1 on this node, I think, because I don't think it's going to let me put another one in unless I come in from the other side. Not really sure that this has any benefit. Well, I could put it in on the other side. It takes 2 graphene to make 1 carbon fiber, and we need 5 carbon fiber. So with this machine, we'll be doing 180 per minute graphene. I think that should be enough. I mean, this is already full. I've just put it up. So the carbon refiner will then go over here. Oh, cool. Pipe is pointing towards the water side for a change. Good, we'll put that in there. and I'll upgrade that belt. Once I've set this recipe to carbon fiber, those are the 2 items that I need. And then I need to bring in some water. But first, oxygen. Okay, so looking back at that facility, I think it would be fine if we put the water pumps over here. I'm just going to put one big one down. That will do 600 water per minute. And this water is getting cleaned, so it won't be a problem. And then I can bring the pipe out. And I might just tee this off because I think I'm going to try and green this area up, you know, eventually. So I will pre-prepare and I'll put a pipe hub down over here. And that should be good. And then we can grab a pipe, stick it in there, drag this one across. And that is the line, is it? Yeah, it's pretty close. And that's half buried, so the belt will go over it. Then I can put this to there and plug that in. And that will start giving us the water. At the moment, it's only getting 80% of the water that it needs, but that's fine. That's not half buried. Oh, it is. And that's the 2 items that we need. So, it's got really hazy now, but we're going to need a warehouse. And I'm thinking, oh, there's the amethyst alloy. That's why we needed it. You know what? I think I'm going to set that up first. I have the copper right here, and I have the amethyst right there. Let's see, what do we need for the diamond cutter? Oh, we do have everything, because I picked up a few fast rotors and some blades. So, good. We'll do that. But first, mine. Okay, I'm going to change my belts. My default belts are now going to be conveyor Mark 3s. So I will put that into position number 3. I've already put the miner Mark 2s as the default on my hotbar, so I'll put that over there. Now, I don't actually need the diamond cutter for this one, thinking about it. Yeah, I mean the gem cutter. I don't really need that right now. We're getting 30 amethyst per minute out of that. That one alloy forge does 60 per minute. It takes 2 amethyst ore. Okay, that's fine. That balances it. But I am going to need the alloy forge. So I'll bring this belt out this way. Right to there. And then we can put a miner on this. Let me see. I'll take the belt that way around the building in the end. So let's set it up going this way. Like that. This is going to be doing 270 per minute. I could split this into 2 forges. I don't know if it's necessary. And just while I'm thinking, I'll top up oxygen and have a look at the map. See how our power situation is here. Yeah, we're doing 657 megawatts. Okay, so that's the 650 is the minimum from the geothermal. And then we've got a wind turbine here as well. Right, I'm going to split this. And this wind turbine is now in my way. So I'll get rid of that. We'll split that. I think it's a little bit of overkill, but I could maybe put some copper ingots in storage, although I don't need that anymore. That one was in the wrong place. In fact, they both were. Oh well. Okay, we're mining. And I'm just going to merge these 2, belt those into the merger, and then this is going to come around the corner and sort of go in that direction. We can grab that lot, bring it over this way, and we're going to need to get this somewhere near where we can get water. So we'll do an alloy forge. We'll rotate that into position around there. And I'm going to need to bring a pipe over. Yeah, I'm going to need to get closer to that. Actually, this is a bit of a test because I messed up in the last episode by breaking a belt that was going through a mountain. And yeah, I couldn't join it up, so I had to relay the whole pipe. So let's see if we can snap the hub on. We can. Sort of. Oh, it does work. Perfect. Good. Then I can bring this pipe through and I'll bring it to about there and pop that in there. Then this belt can go in here and we have the copper ingots, which I have not done quite right. Yeah, I need this to go this way and then in there. So this rock must go and this belt must go. And then I can bring this into there. And there's our ingots. This is going to be making amethyst alloy, and that's going to happen right now. Perfect. The alloy forge uses 300, that's 500, so yeah, we've got enough. And then I'll bring this line out, and that will run through this way, and then as soon as I have enough, why am I doing this? Putting a whole bunch of these things on a belt. Not necessary. The point was, I was trying to get a tier 3 warehouse. Oh, it's the fast rotors that are a problem. Alright, so we need 100 amethyst alloy, we need 30 fast rotors for a T3 warehouse. We have quantum processors that I've picked up, so I could handcraft. I can build myself an assembly bench somewhere. Let's see if there's a space in here I can do it. Yeah, we'll just put it over there. And there's the fast rotors. I have everything that I need for them. So I'll be right back. And I have all the fast rotors that I need for a T3 warehouse. One more thing I want to check. Next objective. So if I build the advanced assembler and a gem cutter, which I think I should be able to do, I'll unlock the recipes for all the gem type stuff, including making diamond drills, which would be a good thing because we need diamond drills for the advanced miner. Yeah, we'll get there. This is working slowly, but it's working. And this belt is backing up. It has backed up, and we have, there's 100 amethyst alloy. So the tier 3 warehouse is going to go over here, and it is quite chunky. So I'll try not to clip it into that building. We'll put it over there. Now we can bring a belt through and put that into a port somewhere over there. That one can come through into a port over there. Oh wait, what am I doing? I think I lost my mind there for a moment. I didn't want to do that. I just have to clear that out. I still need to put these two items together. This was actually correct. So that is going to go into there. We needed the amethyst alloy. And then I still need to put in one more assembler machine. And we'll put that right over there. Make sure that I can choose this recipe. There it is. Good. I can bring this around over here and into there and that into there. And now I can just remove this belt and bring that across to there. For a moment there, I forgot what I was making here. And there's our first reinforced frames. So those will build up. Let's just get rid of these iron beams. And we have the reinforced frames in storage. I'll just grab those. Might need them. Let's have a look at what's going on here. This seems very slow. The iron plates are not producing fast enough. And while I'm in here, I'll just grab some food. See if there's anything I can do to speed up. These are producing at 60 per minute. They've got power. 60 per minute is just not fast enough. That's strange. Anyway, it looks like it's going to happen. It's just going to happen a bit slowly. Oh, and as you can see, our stack size is now at 60. Just send those through. Alright, that'll build up. I'm not too concerned about the recovery speed on those. We will build up enough of them. And our water is good. The power grid is good. Yep, we are set up over on this side. I would prefer to get a T3 miner, but that will need the diamond drills and the AI chips, which are a little bit further away. Diamond drills are pretty easy, and I have a diamond deposit somewhere, so I could do those. But while I'm here, let me get those other items unlocked. So we need to put down a gem cutter. There's a gem cutter. Done. It's unlocked recipes. So we've got all the crystal stuff. So I can remove this now. And then let's have a look at the advanced assembler. I need 2 more AI chips. I don't think I have the stuff to make them. Now, I'm missing osmium ingots. Huh. Another ingot that I wasn't putting in storage that I didn't think I'd need. And I hashed up a bit because we've got sapphire here. What can we do with sapphire? Plasma conductors. Looks like the only thing we make with that are plasma conductors. So, why not? A miner onto that. Bring a belt out of this door. And I think I could probably do that in this area. And that is done in a gem cutter. Straight, plain, simple. So let's get that gem cutter in. This is going to take water. Is it? Actually, I'm not sure it does. It doesn't. Okay. I'll hook that belt on. Bring it down over here and put it straight into there. And put that into that port. And plasma conductors are now being made. Great. And power is still more than sufficient in this area. I will have to upgrade to T3 miners on these crystal products. We go to the map. Now I need to go back to these hot areas, but there is a diamond deposit that I found somewhere. That's down over here. Alright, well we're going to probably head that way to do the advanced rotors. So yeah, we'll leave that there for now. I think I am done in this area. Everything is working. We are getting items in. Perfect. Now, nothing's stopping us from doing another frames factory or any other factory, doubling up on factories if we can find the resources for them. But in the meantime, they're just a little slow. So I'm going to hop out of this area and we're going to head over and try and do those advanced rotors. Or rather, I think they're called fast rotors. And then we can also put down the climate regulator on our way past the very hot area. So somewhere around here, I think I'll sit down and we'll look at the map. I am over there, and that's, yeah, it's pretty much on the edge of the really hot area. Maybe I should go over to the top of this hill. but I want to put down power over here. I'll just hop out over here. I am very hot, but not too hot. So let me see where I can do this. I'll grab a geothermal plant and put it over there. And then, heck, you know, climate regulator, what did we need for that? We have everything that we need. Oh, I've got those extra sensor arrays. That's why I got them. I can put that over here. And this plant should provide more than enough power because it's in a super hot area, so it should be getting the maximum power of 1250 or something. Oh, 1200. There you go. And this is still being built. And if we head into our planet analyzer, this area should start increasing. So 5 square kilometers of climate regulation. So we'll keep an eye on that number. It's starting to climb already. Super. Shall I stick around for this? I suppose I should. And there we go. First climate regulator is built. And the temperature is normalized because it's nighttime. Good. So we are on our way to getting that climate regulated, and I'm going to head down into this area. Maybe put another one down, although I'm going to need to make more sensor arrays. Going to need to automate something. Right, so we have very clean water here because I did come back and put a... Yeah, this is our initial gold and carbon producing area. I came back and I put one of the big water purifiers in. So that's good. I should change some of these pumps out, get the better ones in. But that's okay. Just going to have a look at the map quickly and see how our power situation is here. Total in network 1063, and we're using about half of that. Now the climate regulator uses like 600 megawatts, so we don't have enough. We'd have to put up another power plant. Could do that. We've only got one, and I have plenty of material, so why not? We'll just put it in this valley, make the place look a little bit more full. And then over in that area, I'm going to put another climate regulator, but yeah, I have to make stuff first. Anyway, on the map, I need to get iron into this area, and the iron is pretty far. I would say maybe slightly too far for a belt, and we don't have quite enough reinforced iron frames to do a train station yet, so that's going to happen. I think maybe I'll do preliminary work in that area, so I need to head over this way, and we can go and find those nodes. They should be sort of close to here somewhere. In fact, yes, there it is. Okay, and there are more nodes. I'll plonk myself somewhere in the middle of them. Now, I'm out of the range of all the power over here, so maybe I should sort that out. I was to head up this way using my trusty jetpack, which is fantastic, by the way. If I don't push the shift button, then it doesn't use my power that quickly. Hey, there we go. We've done it. So now we can see all the large amethyst deposits on the map. See, what is the next task? Then we need to build a climate regulator in the coldest region. That will unlock all the large uranium deposits and the radiation absorber. Interesting. You know, I'm quite keen on doing that. But first, let's get this down and hope it's in range. Not quite in range. Oh, that's because I went the wrong way. So I kind of need to head over that way a little bit. I see a wind turbine on the hill. Now where we are now, not quite. I need to go a little further. Maybe on the top of this. Yep, that'll do. And put down a wind turbine over here. Check the map and see where that extends to. Right, this area is covered. So I'll just head back into this valley. I wonder what happens if you put 2 jetpacks on. I don't think that's going to make any difference, is it? Since I've got the second one, let's try it. I don't know. No, it makes absolutely no difference at all. Alright, that can come off then. We're going to go back to the cold areas. So we've got power into this little valley now. We have osmium down there. Gold is up here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so osmium is down there. Gold is over here. Ah, we're going to need water. Okay. That is a bit of a problem. Oh, and thanks for those people who pointed out that there's a tiny little watering hole in this area. I pulled water all the way from here. I saw this, but it was very small, and I only saw it after I'd done this line. So yeah, it's very, very small. Possibility to open it up, I suppose. Anyway, what's done is done. And I did improve the water purification in this area as well. Okay, this is going to require more preparation because the water is very far away from here. Yeah, let me get some oxygen. So I'm going to have to head over those mountains to the closest water. Unless I can see something else nearby, and I don't. And this little factory doesn't have power. Let me go fix that. Wait, is this the one? Oh no, there's another one down in the valley. Yeah, this water's already clean. Well, cleanish. I don't think I've got the good, my word, trying to land this darn thing. Okay, that's landed. I don't know if I've got the good water purifier. Yes, I do. I'll put a second one out there, so that's fine. I just need power over here. So as you can see, that's on its own little grid, and it's not enough power. So we'll pop the wind turbine over here and go to the map, and now it's fine. Now it's all sorted. So I'm going to have to put something down here. Fortunately, the water's already clean. Drag a pipe through to that area where I will be doing the fast rotors. Okay, that's quite a big project. And the fast rotors are a big project, but we have something that we can achieve now, and that means going back to the coldest area. So I will head over that way, and here we are in this terribly cold place. I want to find a nice flat area, flattish. This looks fairly okay. So what I'll do, I'm going to land over here. I'm going to build a geothermal plant. So we'll stick that around here. We'll whack it into the side of the mountain. And then I'm going to have to make myself a little living compartment. And I don't think I can make the normal one, so I will make a reinforced one. Put it over here. Get myself an assembly bench. And for another climate regulator, I will need 40 sensor arrays. That means another 120 antenna. Man, I really do need to automate those. Be right back. And that is the last of the sensor arrays. Good, so we can step outside. In fact, we don't need to step outside, it's cold. We'll put down the climate regulator right around here. Super. And that will get built and start addressing the next objective. Now if we have a look at the planet analyzer, you can see this very hot area is starting to fade away. We still need one in here, and this very cold area will start going away and being normalized as soon as we've got this climate regulator going. And it's almost there. And it is done. It's a really big building. Yeah, I think I've seen people complaining about not being able to enter these big buildings. I kind of understand from the dev's perspective. He is a solo dev, and having that kind of detail to climb stairs and walk around inside these buildings maybe is a little bit too far for now. But we are already at 2 out of 5 square kilometers, so that will be done soon, very soon. I think I'm going to probably head out of this area now. No point in being here. Let's have a look at the map. Still not much to be seen in this area. I do see something over there, and I'm pretty sure I haven't been to. I don't think that's the tower. The tower was that the tower, or was that me? Something right on the edge of this irradiated area. So let's head over there and quickly have a look. We might not be able to go into it, but we can certainly see if there's something there. Okay, looking at the map, we're almost there. It's just around the corner. Oh, okay, here, whatever it is over here. It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. It was like a seam in the map. Alright, I'm going to head back to the hot island. Oh, this is a big problem. I wasn't watching my batteries, and this is a really bad place to run out of. Oh, hang on. I have a spare. I have a spare. We're going to be okay. Whew, that was close. Okay, I need to go and charge up. But I think we unlocked something, so we'll see what it is when we get back. Yeah, we did. We have access to the radiation absorbers. Perfect. And I'm really, really keen now on getting the nuclear energy cells, because this has been an episode of minimal focus, I'm afraid. Alright, that one is full. I'll replace it, and then all of those flat ones can charge up. So what do we need for the radiation absorber? Yep, there's those fast rotors and the radiation isolant. The radiation isolant needs amethyst alloy and osmium ingots. Osmium ingots won't be a problem. I will find a way to get them sorted out into a warehouse. But I don't think we need a heck of a lot of them. And I didn't see a whole lot of osmium. Oh, there's an osmium deposit over there that I could use. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. There's another one over here. It's got 2 iron deposits with it. Interesting. And there's oh, that's sulfur. Pity. There's an osmium deposit up here as well. That's also standalone, because there's still a simple thing that I haven't automated yet, and that is the saw blades. It's a very easy one. I just need to find gold and osmium together, or bring them together. And I'm not sure that I want to do it in this location, because I need the fast rotors as well. So, somewhat interesting dilemma. But I suppose if I'm bringing osmium up, and I make a factory up in this area, bring osmium up into this area, maybe bring the iron up as well. Well, there's iron close by, but there's also gold. I might be able to do something with that. Although, I need the gold wiring for the fast roasters. I don't necessarily need the osmium alloy. I'm going to think about that between episodes. This area still looks nice. And while I'm here, maybe I can improve the water situation down here. So let me take this out. It spreads quite far. Oops. My drone doesn't seem to mind going underwater. So we can just stick that all the way out there. The light's flashing, so it's powered. And if we have a look at the map, how things looking over here. Well, I don't know if it's regulating like, oh, yeah, look at that. We've got uranium, and there was a mine over here, and whatever is in there is not showing up yet. So either radars are not in range, or it's another item. I think it's probably my radars. That will maybe be uranium as well. But that is where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. And if you've got any tips, there's a lot of thinking to do because now things are going to become a little bit more complicated. We are going to need to get things in by train. I have a lot of reinforced frames, not as many as I need, but they are building up nicely. Most importantly, steel alloy. Now I actually need to go back to that warm island to our steel alloy plant, split that belt so that it feeds into 2 ports. I also need to do some silly things like automating the antenna and perhaps the batteries as well. I would like to get refined uranium so I can make the nuclear energy cells because those are way better. If you have a look at this is energy 100. These are 20 times better. So I may handcraft things to get another version 3 miner set up unless I have everything I need in stock already. I need a diamond drill and 2 AI chips. And I have AI chips. Ooh, I've got plenty of AI chips. The diamond drills won't be a problem. And if I need to craft 1 or 2 by hand over in this area in a little temporary facility, I'm happy to do that. Anyway, in the next episode, we're going to be cleaning up some radiation, sort that out, get those atmospheric control towers, and we're still working our way towards the boat that cleans the water. I'm not sure when that arrives, but I don't think we're too far away from that now. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!